What's going on, everybody? Welcome to February. I'm really happy about that because I got to tell you, January is the worst. What a long month. It's a super long month. February is shorter. There's only like 28 days in February. Very nice. I'm happy about that because I just want to get through winter as quick as possible so we can get back to like warm days. I can't wait. So speaking of misery, let's talk about some Star Wars stuff because Star Wars is in a pretty bad place. Not as bad as Star Trek, for sure. Oh, man, Star Trek is in a bad place. But Star Wars at least has Mandalorian, which is pretty good. I'm happy with Mandalorian. I was looking forward to Obi-Wan, but then that got delayed, so on and so on. So there's been some Star Wars news. Some of it I've missed, so I'm going to cover a few things right now real quick. One of the big ones was this George Lucas coming back rumor. I don't believe that for a second. George Lucas is done. He's sitting around drinking pina coladas over on his ranch and stuff. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything Star Wars. I don't think he's coming back. I think he shows up and checks out sets and stuff. I don't see this guy coming back. It's just not going to happen. And I think this got debunked, actually. But I know a lot of people were talking about it, but I just don't see it happening. I think Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, those two are the future for Star Wars, and I think they can do a great job. And I'm excited to see what they can do. But George Lucas, don't think he's coming back. Speaking of ridiculous stuff, so here's another problem I have with Disney Star Wars. It's just like with the whole Palpatine thing. Oh, you want to know how he came back? Well, you got to go buy this book. You better go buy the Visual Dictionary just to find out he was brought back with occult magic and technology. So they're doing a similar thing now with the Star Wars comic book, which is absolutely terrible, their main Star Wars comic. The art is always horrible. They do like Google tracing. It looks weird. It's really strange. I don't like the art at all. But apparently, they finally answer the question, what happened to Luke's lightsaber? If you remember in Force Awakens, they ask how, Luke's lightsaber got where it was. And I figured to name that weird character with the huge eye sockets and small eyes. It was like, that's a story for another time. Well, here's that other time. You got to shell out like $4 or $5 if you want to find out. Apparently, as the lightsaber fell, somebody in a Jedi outfit was hanging out at the bottom of Cloud City conveniently to grab it as it was falling at a high velocity. Whoever this is just grabbed it. Probably a Jedi, I'm guessing, because, Darth Vader didn't detect or feel the presence of another Force user there for some reason. So that's what happened to it. We don't know who this is or what's going to happen to it. Honestly, most people don't care either because the comic doesn't sell. It maybe hovers around 30,000 units a month, and that's it. Probably because nobody really cares about Star Wars anymore. But for those that do really care, guess what? You got to do paid DLC to get the whole story. So, I don't like that. I feel like you should get most of the main stuff from the movies. You shouldn't get, this is a story for another time. I think that's a pretty, important question. How did Luke's lightsaber survive Cloud City and all this stuff? So they decided not to tell you in the movie. You just got to go buy this comic book now. Not just this one, by the way. You're gonna have to buy a whole bunch because, of course, they're going to stretch this out into some kind of side story and make it very important for you to know how Luke's lightsaber wound up where it was in Force Awakens. So, just more predatory practices from scumbag businesses. Nothing that really is shocking. That you have to go buy some DLC. It's paid DLC for movies now is basically what it is. And I don't like it in games. I don't like it in movies. So speaking of returns, now Rise of Skywalker is breaking even more records. One of the worst 50-day declines ever for a movie. I don't know how many of you realize this, but that new Jumanji movie, which came out like a week before Star Wars, actually has more times in movie theaters and is in more movie theaters still than Rise of Skywalker. That's pretty terrible. Pretty bad. That movie has more staying power than Rise of Skywalker. Kind of sad. I don't really have anything more to say than that. I just wanted to poke fun at it because it's pathetic. Then finally, the real story, the champion, the unsung hero of Star Wars fandom, John Boyega, the man who decided to strike back against trash, garbage people called Reylos. Absolutely the worst of all fandom, the shippers. I just don't like shippers. I think that they're strange people. They do really weird things. All of the stuff that they were doing with sending JJ those nasty messages and the stuff that they just do. They used to be like in their own little fenced-in degenerate zone over on Tumblr. And then all of a sudden Tumblr collapsed, and now they've spilled out into all social media, and they are just causing all kinds of chaos. And John Boyega, like a true champion, stood up and slapped him in their face and told him to shut up. And it was glorious and beautiful. But apparently he came out and was told that he had to do PR training, which he turned down, said he was too angry. Said, we've said it before and we'll say it again. John Boyega is one of the best things about Instagram. The actor best known for playing Finn in the latest trilogy frequently posts fun videos and has recently promised fun throwback posts every Thursday. However, that's not stopping him from posting some of his signature videos on other days of the week. Boyega's videos have a hilarious style, and they range from fake movie spoilers to striking back at his online haters. Now, his online haters are just Reylos. But, of course, they try to twist it. The media loves to protect Reylos, which I find really funny because Reylos are literally the worst type of people. But he's not having it. And I did a video on it where he did a really funny video, and it showed he's like beating up all the Reylo tweets. It's pretty funny. So anyway, they were telling him that he came off as too angry during interviews. Had to do PR training and was told I came off too angry, which honestly just made me more angry, Boyega wrote. It's all in this video here where he talks about it, and he basically says that they thought he looked too angry, like, you need to bring the eyes, why don't you just relax those eyes? Totally mocking the person that told him he needed to do PR. That's why I like him. I think he's sincere. And I do believe he got done dirty in Star Wars. He was the most interesting character in that whole trilogy, and he got sidelined so that he could pander to Rose in the second movie. The first movie, they set up all of these big, like, crazy plot points. He was going to be a main character, only for him to validate the new character in the sequel. And then he got totally wasted in Rise of Skywalker once again. But at least he was actually, like, entertaining in Rise of Skywalker and had something to do other than validate Rose. So that was nice. He still probably should have been the main character of the new trilogy. So I don't blame him for being angry. He was completely wasted the entire time. So keep it up, John. I enjoy your trolling, and I enjoy your attitude online. I think it's quite hilarious. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to make fun of that stupid lightsaber thing and bring up this because I thought this was interesting. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think about all of this? Are you going to pick up that paid DLC? Let me know. What do you think about John Boyega's attitude? I personally like it. Also, make sure you're still subscribed. Throw a like up. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.